We've got a busy week ahead of us. Let's get going. Welcome back to the shop. If you're following along, you've seen the progress that I've been making here. The first episode, we were able to get our horse bodies all pretty much cut out and glued up. And then the second episode, I've gone ahead and I've gotten our horse, the heads all carved, and they're ready to go. So if you haven't seen those, go back and you can watch those videos. But I'm at the point now where I've got the horse, the heads glued up to the bodies, and now I'm ready to start rough carving those bodies all in. So that's going to be the plan for this week. Fortunately, this whole week we've got beautiful weather ahead of us, so it means I can be outside here and get everything set up, and I can carve out here. So that's going to be the goal this week, is I'm going to start rough carving these horse bodies in. I'm going to start with my large horse, do the two mediums, and then we'll finish up with the small horse. I'm just going to focus on rough carving those, and then we'll go back and we'll set up, regroup, and we'll start fine-tuning those horses. And then hopefully by the end of the week we're going to have everything sanded and get them to the point where we can start thinking about putting them in the paint booth and start getting some primer put on them. So that's the goal. So let's go ahead, we'll get everything set up out here and we'll start carving. Well, good morning. Welcome back to the shop. As you saw, I was able to get those 4 horses all roughed in. That actually took about 2 days to get that all done. And that's a lot of carving. So don't think that I did all of that in 1 day. That was off and on for 2 days. But now that all of those are roughed in, we're ready to move on, and we're going to start fine tuning those horses. So I'm going to get everything set back up here. And one of the first things I'm going to do, we're going to go after this with my medium core saber tooth grinder that I have, the attachment. So that's where I'm going to start right now this morning. We're going to just set up with the large horse again, work our way right down to the small horse, and we're just going to start refining all of the detail, and then we'll end up sanding those horses. So let's get everything set up and let's get back to it.
And since I don't remember when, in and out of consciousness, while others might be stressing out, we rely on our facade to help us out. And it's obvious now, finally, I know you're gonna underplay it, but it's time to move on from this. We're derailing, and we're not what we used to be. So life is different than we imagined it would be. We're not the first, we're not the last. While others may be restless too, we were always far ahead, me and you. And it's obvious now, finally, I know you're gonna underplay it, but it's time to move on from this. We're derailing, and we're not what we used to be.
Well, that was certainly a busy week of nothing but carving and sanding. Let's take a look and see what we've gotten done this week. So we were able to get 4 of the horses pretty well sanded to this point. I'm going to say they're about 90% complete to this point, and we're real close to just putting them in the paint booth and starting to put some primer on them. I've still got eyes to set and a little bit more sanding to do, and I'm waiting on my epoxy, my Quickwood epoxy sticks to get here. They've been delayed by a few days, or I would have been a little bit further along, but that's, that won't take long to get eyes set. One of the areas I like to use the epoxy wood is on the back of the saddle blocks back here. So you can see on my large one that I got this one done, and this is one of the areas that I really like to use that epoxy wood. It makes a really nice transition between the body and the back of the saddle pad, or I'm sorry, the saddle block. So I still have the 3 horses here to do. I still have the saddle block to cut in on my little small horse here, but again, that won't take too long. But a little bit more sanding, a little bit more fine tuning, and then they're going to be ready for the paint booth, and we can start getting primer put on them. So that's what we're going to focus on this week. Now, this medium horse here is going to be on a safety stand. This one is sold. It's going to be a buckskin. I don't think I've shown you how I paint a buckskin, even though I've done one here. So that one's going to be worked on this week. We're going to turn this one into a buckskin. This one's heading to Georgia. Now my large horse here and my other medium and small, these are not sold as of yet. And I think what I'm going to do for the show is one of my the most popular horse that I've made to date is a paint horse. People just love the paint horse, so, and you've seen me do them in the past. So I think for my inventory, I'm just going to turn this one into a paint horse. Now this one, again, I already have the glider stand made for this, so all I need to do is get it out, get it cleaned up. So we've already got the stand done for this one. This one for Georgia, this one we still have to make the glider stand. This is going to be an oak glider stand, and the customer had asked that I make it a dark oak. So that's going to be this week too. So while these are being primered, I can go ahead and start building my stand for this one. So that's also going to be this week. We'll get the stand knocked out for this one. This one, again, my medium on bow rockers. You've seen that I already have the bow rockers complete. They're over here on top of my table saw. And so that all I need to do is take those apart, sand them, and put it all back together, make my slats for that. So there's not too much to do to get that one as far as getting it set on the bow rockers. And then this one, my little small one on bow rockers, again, I already have the bow rockers complete, and so that one won't take too long. I think the plan is, again, for the show, I'm just going to leave these two, we're just going to leave these two primered, because then that way, if I do have a customer that's interested and they'd like it painted a certain way, then then it's just primered, and it won't be too bad to go ahead and get those painted the way the customer would like. So that's going to be the plan for now, at least. Well, that's what we have done so far for the show coming up called Shaker Woods, and that starts again August the 13th. I'm real happy with where I'm at right now. We've still got a lot to do, but I think we're going to make it in time for the show. Again, I hope you're getting something out of these videos. I know it was a lot of time lapsed, but again, I hope you're able to get something out of that in some of the techniques. And if you are, please give this a thumbs up. If there's something specific that you're working on or you would like me to show you, I'd be happy to do that. And I will put my email, I don't think I've done that yet, but I'll go ahead and put my email down in the description so you can contact me. And of course, you can always comment on these videos. Also, I'd love to see your projects. So why don't you start shooting me some of the projects that you're working on in your shop? I don't care if it's a rocking horse, it could be anything, really. I love just about anything from automotive to, woodworking. So love to see what you're working on, and I'll share that too on this channel. But again, really appreciate you all watching, and think about subscribing if you're not subscribed. You can check me out on Instagram at Greenfield Woodworks, Facebook, of course, Greenfield Woodworks, my website, website, greenfieldwoodworks.com. And I do have an Etsy storefront as well, so you can check me out at Etsy at Greenfield Woodworks. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you here at the shop next week.